Now, the only thing that stands in their way of a second straight state championship are the Swedes from Gothenburg. And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bob Devaney Sports Center on the State Fairgrounds campus in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 21st Girls State Championship Tournament, Game 5 of 6 championship games on the day. I'm John Bishop alongside Dave Willey. And Dave, the Scotus Shamrocks defeated the previously undefeated Bravettes yesterday, and now they have undefeated Gothenburg standing in front of them.
They have experience in this state tournament, no doubt about that, beating undefeated teams. As yesterday, as you said, they knocked off Battle Creek. It's the third straight year that the Shamrocks have knocked the Bravettes out of the state tournament. Last year, of course, in the state championship game. Tonight, Gothenburg comes in with a perfect 23-0 record. This is their third appearance in a state final game, but their first since 1985. So it's been a while, John, since the Swedes have been in this position.
The Swedes are looking for that first championship. We've already seen two first-time champions crowned, Juanita Palisade. As we take a look at where these two schools are located, Gothenburg in the central part of the state. Tom Tverdi is the head coach, as we will feature the Shamrocks from Columbus, Scotus Central Catholic, and their head coach, John Peterson. 21-4, they are the 4 seed, Gothenburg the 2 seed. We'll document more of this game and get you set for the Class C1 state final. Gothenburg, Scotus, after this. Welcome back to the Devaney Center, and perhaps the most boisterous crowd of the night belongs to Columbus Scotus, at least so far. Let's meet these two teams that will participate in the C1 State Championship. Here's public address announcer Rich Broderson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association and its member schools, welcome to the Bob Devaney Sports Center for the NSAA 1997 Nebraska High School Girls Basketball State Tournament. Now for tonight's Class C1 championship game between the 21-4 Columbus Scotus Shamrocks and the 23-0 Gothenburg Swedes. Here are the lineups. First, the non-starters for Columbus Scotus. Number 11, Steph Cruz. Number 13, Carrie Sliva. Number 25, Sarah Kuhneman. Number 31, Julia Grennan. Number 33, Holly Van Ackeren. Number 35, Amy Wimhoff. And number 45, Andrea Torzon. And now the non-starters for Gothenburg. Number 10, Rachel Newyear. Number 14, Haley Bartlett. Number 24, Brandy Mitchell. Number 30, Justina Kennicott. Number 32, Tiffany Stevens. Number 34, Carrie Draper. Number 50, Janet Nelson. And now, here are the starters for Columbus Scotus. At guard, a 5'4" junior, number 15, Christy Court. At the other guard position, a 5'7" senior, number 21, Stacy Roshi. At forward, a 5'11" senior, number 41, Carmen Burbach. At the other forward position, a 5'10" senior, number 43, Rhea Wimhoff. And at center, a 5'10" junior, number 51, Kim Rickert. The assistant coach for the Shamrocks is Scott Miller. And the head coach of Columbus Scotus is John Peterson. Now, please welcome the starters from Gothenburg. At guard, a 5'7" junior, number 20, Lindsay Stevens. At the other guard position, a 5'10" senior, number 22, Crystal Jareski. At forward, a 6' junior, number 42, Michelle Sartorius. At the other forward position, a 5'7" senior, number 44, Allison Bryant. And at center, a 5'10" junior, number 52, Brooke Streeter. The assistant coaches for the Swedes are Lynette Stevens and Ken Stevens, and the head coach of Gothenburg is Tom Taverdi. The officials for tonight's game are Barry Leaf and Dennis Pojinski, and the bench official is Walt Olson.
This is a rematch of last year's Class C1 semifinals, won by Scotus 41-32. A couple of things to watch for in this game. Defense. If it's defense that's going to win these championships, as we've seen in the last 4 games, then Scotus has the advantage, holding their opponents to under 30 points per contest this season. They've defeated Falls City 41-28 and Battle Creek 40-30 to get here. So Dave Willie, we've talked about defense all throughout this day. It's playing right into Scotus's hands.
Absolutely it is. I mean, it's an unbelievable stat to go an entire season and give up 28.6 points per game. I mean, that's just remarkable, and that's been the Shamrocks' trademark all season long, and it's up to the Swedes to try to break that tonight.
Carmen Burbach to jump center. And Brooke Streeter, excuse me. I believe that's, yeah, it's Michelle Sartorius for Gothenburg. We're set to go. Class C1 championship. Defending champion Scotus and a potential first-time champion Gothenburg. As we're underway, Scotus wins the tip. Keep in mind that Scotus was holding those teams to 28.6 points per basketball game. They also lost 4 times this season. That's Christy Korth with the basketball, working against Allison Bryant. Over to Burbach. She drives baseline, had it open, and rolls it home.
Nice quick first step there by Burbach. She just blew past her man to the baseline, got the layup to go. Scotus on the board first.
And she was so quick, she nearly lost control of the dribble, was able to get it back and score. First 2 belong to the Shamrocks. Swedes now have it. And yes, that's their nickname. So one thing you gotta love about high school basketball, nicknames could be anything. And Gothenburg proud of its Swedish tradition. Look inside, air ball, shot up there by Lindsay Stevens, but the rebound fought for. Tough shot to make, now on the other side. Michelle Sartorius.
Sartorius, the biggest player on the floor at 6 feet. She could be a handful for Scotus to control inside. Scotus' tallest player, Carmen Burbach, 5'11".
Across the timeline, Stacy Roshi. Outside to Burbach. Kim Rickert outside of her position. Korth. Long jump shot will not fall. Loose ball on the floor. Gothenburg comes down with it. Scotus has to get back quickly. They do. 3-point shot on the way. Count it. Lindsay Stevens.
She can stroke that 3. She comes in averaging 8.5 points a game. Now some full court pressure by the Swedes. And a 5 count.
So credit the first defensive stand to Gothenburg. With 5:59 left, first period. 5-2. Long high pass for Lindsay Stevens, working against Christy Korth. Sartorius. That might be, believe it or not, the one person you want to get basketball into the hands to is Sartorius, if you're Scotus, because she was 14 turnovers forced yesterday as Brooke Streeter connects. But getting back to Sartorius for just a moment, she scored 14 on Shadron, but she had 14 turnovers. And if Scotus is going to continue their defensive tradition, perhaps Sartorius is the one you want to have the basketball. Force her into making some mistakes. See if she's gotten over that problem from yesterday.
We've only played 2.5 minutes of this game, and you never know what's going to happen from here on out. But so far, Gothenburg hasn't had much trouble with the Shamrock defense. They already have 7 on the board.
To inbound, Rhea Wemhoff, averaging 11.1 points per game. She has averaged 9 points in this tournament per contest as Korth takes the inbounds play. Just underway, C1 state championship, defending champion Scotus versus Gothenburg. High lob, Roshi inside Burbach. Missed shot, but the put back up and in.
The block shot acted like a pass right there. Kim Rickert just takes it, lays it in.
7-4, Swedes by 3. Looking up top, Bartlett. Outside to Jareski, pulls up, jumper, no. And the aggressive rebound, Rhea Wemhoff coming from the left side of the floor all the way down to get it. A 3 will tie. Long skip pass, and that one's too long.
Little miscommunication there. Wemhoff thought Korth was staying on the wing. Korth, rather, was coming to the top of the key. Wemhoff threw it out of bounds.
Christy Korth is only 5'4" tall, so you don't want to throw it too tall anyway.
She's easy to get lost in traffic.
But that can be an advantage. She works against Lindsay Stevens. 7-4, Gothenburg by 3. Bartlett up top, Brandy Mitchell. Scotus floating inside, high lob pass inside, intended for Stevens. But that one was too tall, and Scotus gets it right back. That, I believe, is only the first Gothenburg turnover. It comes with 4:20 to play, first period.
Full court man-to-man pressure here by the Swedes. If they just clear out, they'd have a clear sailing to get it up the court, and there they go.
And it'll be Korth across the timeline with a bounce pass, and that one got away, but it rattled off somebody from Gothenburg. As you see, head coach Tom Tverdi. Swedes 23-0 coming into this state championship game. Scotus looks inside, but that pass was partially deflected into the hands of Rickert. Shot up, missed. Rebound to Haley Bartlett. Stuck on 7-4 here for the last couple of minutes. Bartlett again. Outside here, Sartorius drives baseline, shot off the glass.
She can handle the ball for a tall girl. She's 6 foot, but she had no trouble putting it on the floor there, taking it to the hole, getting a layup.
5-point Gothenburg lead at 9-4. Gothenburg works against Bartlett. Pair of 5'4" players. Korth a junior, Bartlett a junior. Drive inside, Roshi kicks it back out. Scotus looking to get inside here. Burbach, there's a lob for Rickert. Then she has to kick it back out, and Wemhoff has to come all the way out and retrieve. Wemhoff again trying to find someone inside.
Swedes playing a tough man-to-man.
Gothenburg getting a round of applause from the Swedes across the way. A drive baseline, but they're cut off right there. Outside to Rickert. Well, they're winning time of possession right now, but that's about it. Inside, off balance, shot. Does not fall, but we'll have foul shots coming up. Carmen Burbach. As Sartorius picks up her first personal foul. That's the first foul in this game, or excuse me, the second foul in this game. Both on Gothenburg with 2:40 to go, first quarter.
Impressive defensive stand there by Gothenburg. It's too bad they had to end it with a foul. But they must have kept Columbus Scotus at bay for a good minute 15. Scotus just couldn't even get inside the the arc, much less inside the paint, get a good look at anything.
Touched everything but the bottom of the cylinder. Carmen Burbach, a 5', 11" senior, averages 8.5 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, scored 12 yesterday in the win over Battle Creek. Second foul shot, no good. Wemhoff had a shot at it. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 2:38 to go, first quarter of the C1 State Championship. Back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center and Michelle Sartorius.
She just put it on the hole on the floor right there for the Swedes. Took it to the hole. She has 4 of Gothenburg's 9 points. The Swedes leading Columbus Scotus right now, 9-4.
Scotus to inbound right in front of the Gothenburg bench. Christy Korth up top. 2:35 to go here in the first. Gothenburg is led throughout. Drive inside, off balance shot, and Steph Cruz draws her Shamrocks within 3. Back quickly the other way, though. Gothenburg wants to run with it. Down low, Sartorius. Basket goes in, but the foul's on the floor.
Again, Sartorius able to get position in the lane, and it's 6 feet. Scotus is going to have some problems matching up with her, especially with the lineup they have on the floor right now.
Steph Cruz called with the foul for Scotus. Jumper on the way, and it cleared everything. 9-6, a 3 will tie for Scotus. Wemhoff outside that 3-point arc. Way up top to Christy Korth. Gothenburg still in the man-to-man here. Korth again at the top of the key. 1:45 to go in the first period. Scotus again with a long offensive possession here. Off-balance shot off the side of the backboard by Wemhoff. You got the feeling that time that Scotus did not want to keep that ball any longer than they had to. They were just dying to find a shot. Sometimes it takes a little bit of patience.
And with this Gothenburg defense, the way it's been here in this first quarter, Scotus is going to need a lot of patience to get a good shot.
There's a drive inside and a layup good. Stevens on the scoreboard with 5 points. And it's now 11-6 Gothenburg as we near the 1-minute mark to play here in the first. Wemhoff again outside. Gothenburg has been relentless on the perimeter as well as the interior. That shot partially blocked, and they're going to call a tie-up, and the possession arrow in favor of the Swedes. Nice job by Brooke Streeter to get her fingers on it and force the tie-up.
Good defense again by Gothenburg. Every time Scotus has the ball, they're looking inside. They're trying to find Carmen Burbach or Rhea Wemhoff inside, but Michelle Sartorius is just not allowing any movement in the lane by the Scotus player. She's fronting everybody coming through, and Scotus hasn't been able to find anybody open inside.
43 seconds to go. First quarter. Turnaround move. That's a tough shot. Doesn't fall, though, for Jareski. So now Scotus with another shot here. They may play for one. I'm sure they will. A 30-second possession is relatively short for Scotus in this game. At least so far. Roshi. Now Korth between the circles, 15 seconds left. Clock winding down, 11-6 Gothenburg. We have 10 seconds left, and it's going to be a 5-second call. Christy Korth engaged by the defense and didn't do anything except dribble around. Curly Neal could get away with it, but Christy Korth can't.
This has to be an unfamiliar position for the Shamrocks. It's usually they that are putting the other team at a disadvantage with the defense, but tonight it's been Gothenburg doing it.
8 seconds, 7, 6, 5 seconds left. Stevens looks inside. Lob for Sartorius with 2. Puts up the shot off the back iron, no good. And we end the first 8 minutes of play in the C1 championship game with Gothenburg leading defending champion Scotus 11-6.
Some see soil. You see potential, along with a million decisions in just as many hours in the field. But what you do is not just a job, it's a way of life. And there's more at stake than annual profits. That's why the decisions you make this winter are so important come fall. At NC Plus, our extensive research means less field work and higher yields for you. Do your yield work. See your NC Plus dealer for trial-proven hybrids. NC Plus, bringing technology down to earth.
Grandma takes to the skies and travels to the Orient to bring back the Teriyaki Trio. The Teriyaki Burger and Chicken Sandwich return along with the new Teriyaki Runza Sandwich. All three boast grilled onions and peppers, Swiss cheese, and a tempting teriyaki flavor. So chart a course to Runza now for the Teriyaki Trio.
Sure beats airplane food.
Spanning the globe to bring you three great tastes, the Teriyaki Trio, for a limited time only at Runza.
We've talked a lot about the Gothenburg defense. Hey, they're not too shabby on offense either. Nice take there by Lindsay Stevens as she goes to the hole. That's been part of what Gothenburg has done tonight against Scotus, as the Swedes have built a 5-point lead after the first quarter.
No statistic really comes out and jumps at you. Both teams shooting well from the field. They haven't taken that many shots, though, as we have a foul on Brooke Streeter of Gothenburg. That will be her first.
Just the third team foul, just the fourth foul of the game. Here as we're already into the second quarter. A very well-played game. Not too many turnovers, not too many fouls. Just playing pretty good, sound basketball.
To inbound Wemhoff. We've already had a 5-second call on one of these, so they want to get it in, and they do. Roshi, Rickert. Now back to Korth. And we reset things again. Sometimes you just have to show that much more patience. Maybe Gothenburg will be forced into doing something they don't want to do. Maybe that's what Scotus has in mind with these long possessions. Christy Korth. As we have contact away from the basketball. Now a drive baseline, hanging shot up, no good, but getting her own rebound. Roshi, nicely done.
Nice hustle there by Roshi, following her shot.
And we've seen quite a bit of that today. Players following their shots, and that's what they're always taught to do.
A lot of good sound fundamentals.
Jump shot on the way. Karam's off, no good. Burbach and Gothenburg has it back. So Scotus burned about a minute off the clock there. Hits the 11-6. Swedes lead by 5. Brandy Mitchell up top. Lob for Jareski. She's double teamed, but finds her teammate on the other side. No! Stevens had 2 cracks at it. Right idea. Just didn't get the execution down. Now Scotus again will set up offensively. Some have said they could use a shot clock in girls' state basketball. If that were the case, Scotus would be in violation every time.
They wouldn't be getting too many shots off.
But there is no shot clock in girls' state basketball, so they're going to do what they want to. Interior pass knocked back into the hands of Wemhoff. Now a look inside for Burbach, and it's knocked out of bounds by Michelle Sartorius.
We've played 2 minutes now of this second quarter, and we're stuck on the same score as when we started, 11-6 Gothenburg.
Tiffany Stevens, Haley Bartlett in there for Gothenburg. Now Bartlett back out. Carrie Draper, the freshman, in for head coach Tom Taverdi. 5:53 left first half. Scotus down 5, still down 5. Loose ball right in front of us, and it will belong to Scotus. Nicely done, Christy Korth pressuring Tiffany Stevens in the backcourt, forced the turnover, and Scotus will get another crack.
That's what we expected to see tonight from Scotus. Full court pressure defense, hawking the ball all over the place. That time it got a turnover for the Shamrocks. Lindsay Stevens checks into the game for Gothenburg.
So Stevens didn't have much time out there on the floor. 5:40 to go. Korth drives inside. Kicks it back out top. They're going to have to watch it. Could be an over and back. Nope, she saved it.
Nice hustle by Rhea Wemhoff.
Wemhoff to Roshi. Now Wemhoff has it again. Very nearly an over and back call, but Wemhoff with good hustle. Fourth again. Still stuck on 11-6. We played nearly 3 minutes of the second quarter. Roshi looks down low. Burbach, tough shot, and it won't fall. Rickert got the rebound, but then when she had to save it, right to Michelle Sartorius of Gothenburg. Back the other way, lob inside, foul, and we'll go to the line for two. Randy Mitchell.
Mitchell just out-hustled the Shamrocks on that play, just got down the floor before the defense did. There she is, waiting for the play. Burbach had no choice but to foul her or give her the layup. That's Burbach's first foul and the second on Scotus. Mitchell at the line for two.
Very clean game in terms of fouls and, relatively speaking, turnovers. Scotus has 5 turnovers here. Gothenburg 2, which has been a bit of a departure from what we've seen in the last 4 games.
Scotus struggling from the field right now, just 3 for 11, 27%, while Gothenburg's 5 of 12, 42%.
Brandy Mitchell, the 5'9" sophomore, has just equaled her best in this state tournament. She had 1 point against Superior, 1 point against Shadron.
And now she has her season average of 2.
And a timeout on the floor. Gothenburg has opened up a 7-point lead.
Nebraska students, NebHelp's new student loan rate saver lets you save big bucks on your college student loan. It's 2 points. Yes! Make on-time payments and watch your interest rate drop up to 2 points. Score! Big savings with NebHelp student loan rate saver. For details, contact any rate saver lender or call the college funding hotline 1-800-666-3721. Rate saver, the best way to pay for college.
Charlie Hansen recently bought his first New Holland roll belt round baler. His dealer said it made quality bales every time. And while he was skeptical about switching brands, he decided to give it a try. And now, not only does Charlie make the best bales he's ever seen, he's also got quite a fan club. New Holland, there's nothing like a round of applause for a job well done.
Call your local New Holland dealer for more information.
As we return to the Bob Devaney Sports Center, you see the hanging baskets here at the sports complex. Those are going to be a thing of the past in the near future. They're going to come down within the next year or two, and in their place will be backboards that have a base on the floor. And the reason why is because Bill Byrne, the athletic director at the university, wants to install big screens here in the Bob Devaney Sports Center. And they would be located where the American and Nebraska flags are at the ends of the 2 arenas. Can you imagine what these high school players would do, having to watch themselves on television? Or for that matter, the Huskers.
We saw it at the state football championships at Memorial Stadium. The kids watching the game on TV while it was being played out on the field.
And to the credit of the high school and college kids, it's not just there either, it's in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
They watch themselves all the time.
The coaches, everybody.
In fact, there was a great picture on the kickoff return in the Super Bowl by Desmond Howard of him watching upstairs as there's an inside play. And Carmen Burbach cracks the scoreboard for her 4th points, and it's now 13-8 Gothenburg.
The first 2 for Scotus here in the second quarter. Took them almost 4 minutes to get it.
We have played halfway. Second quarter, 13-8. Low-scoring game, which you would think plays into the hands of Scotus, but right now it's been Gothenburg. Inside, layup too strong by Allison Bryant. Rebound, Scotus. A look inside, Burbach fouled. No, she's going to be called with a charge.
Wow. Scotus fans not too happy about that one. Michelle Sartorius looked to me like she got there maybe a half step late, but the official saw it the other way and called the offensive foul on Scotus. It's the second foul on Burbach.
For a second there, they had 4 fouls on Steph Cruz. That was not the case. Second foul, as Dave mentioned, on Burbach. 3:30 to go, first half. 13-8 Gothenburg. Swedes have it. Looking underneath. Sartorius, shot is good, but nope, she traveled with it. And she says, who, me? I'm a little bit surprised, and maybe not quite as much surprised, Dave Willie, but as I watched the quarter and semifinal rounds of this tournament, traveling calls were so prevalent throughout all of the games, and it didn't matter which team we were talking about. But in these state championship games, the traveling calls have been coming with less frequency. So perhaps the officials aren't calling it as close as they had been. Long jump shot, Wemhoff, but the rebound offensively by the smallest player on the floor. Christy Court, but then she's called with a double dribble.
All that work, and then she double dribble. That's too bad.
Well, as you would expect in a low-scoring game, the field goal percentages have dropped. 39% for Gothenburg, 31% for Scotus. As Tom Tverdi holds up the sign that says post. Gothenburg to inbound. Loose ball on the floor. We'll have a tie-up. Lindsay Stevens lost control of it, and Korth was right there to take it away. Timeout on the floor. 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the first half. This is the C1 state championship game.
Some see soil. You see potential, along with a million decisions in just as many hours in the field. But what you do is not just a job, it's a way of life. And there's more at stake than annual profits. That's why the decisions you make this winter are so important come fall. At NC Plus, our extensive research means less field work and higher yields for you. Do your yield work. See your NC Plus dealer for trial-proven hybrids. NC Plus, bringing technology down to earth.
You use electricity to light it, blend it, design it, clip it, move it, grow it, wash it, dry it, bake it, cut it, time it, see it, irrigate it, trim it, watch it, mold it, run it, tape it, cook it, weld it, harvest it, chill it, sand it, charge it, hear it, pump it, play it, print it, fuel it, warm it, fax it, and freeze it. Since Nebraskans depend on electricity every day, it seems only logical that electricity would be your choice to heat it and cool it. An electric heat pump. To learn more, contact your local power supplier or NPPD, Nebraska's energy leader.
Back at the Devaney Center, we have 3 minutes to go before the break. It's been Gothenburg so far in a very low-scoring basketball game. Gothenburg came in averaging, we talked about Scotus having such a great defense, but Gothenburg not shabby themselves, only giving up 33.4 points per game.
The game certainly lent itself to a lot of defense, and it's lived up to that billing, no question about it. Just 21 total points, and we've now played 13 minutes of this basketball game.
Contact as Brooks Streeter fell to the floor. No foul called. Incidental contact. Ball knocked out of bounds by Scotus. Into the game, Julia Grennan. As Burbach will leave. Burbach sits on the bench with 4 points, 2 fouls. And Brandy Mitchell departs for Gothenburg. Scotus now a little bit more pressure in the backcourt. But again, Gothenburg has done a nice job of handling the basketball.
And look at Sartorius.
But the shot doesn't fall, and the rebound goes to Scotus.
The 6-footer bringing the ball up the floor.
14 turnovers yesterday, but she's made up for that today. Nice play inside, but cut off defensively. Gothenburg so quick to get there on defense inside. It's as if you're insulting them by getting down there. And I'd call it the paint, but it's the only spot on that part of the floor that doesn't have paint on it, so I guess you just call it the wood. They say points in the paint. It's more like points in the wood when you play in the Devaney Center. Layup inside, a little too strong underneath, but a foul, and she was pushed. And it will be Rhea Wemhoff to the line.
Good strong take there by Rhea Wemhoff. The All-Stater will take the pass here. At the top, we'll see it coming up here. She'll find a lane, a crease right there. Nice quick move to draw the foul on Sartorius. That's the second on Sartorius, 4th on Gothenburg. Wemhoff 2 shots.
Wemhoff, a 5'10" senior, averages 11.1 points per game. Scored 4 yesterday against Battle Creek, 14 against Falls City, who are making their first appearance in the state tournament. In fact, both Falls City schools making it to this year's state championships.
First point of the game for Rhea Wemhoff.
13-9. Only 2 points in this second quarter for Gothenburg and only 3 for Scotus. High pass inside, but Streeter able to control it. Now a lob inside for Streeter, and it's stolen away by Grennan. Julia Grennan. And we have 2 minutes to go before the half. Christy Korf, loose ball on the floor. They're going to have a tie-up, and the possession arrow will still belong to Scotus, but great hustle on the part of Haley Bartlett to force that. And Tom Tverdi pointing out there, screaming encouragement.
Bartlett showing good hands to tip the ball away, and then giving up a little skin, getting on the hardwood to force the jump off.
In fact, if I'm reading lips right, he says, we're going to be on you the whole game. He might even be talking to Scotus. Intense individual, Tom Tverdi. Baseline jumper shot up, missed. Rebound, long rebound, Wemhoff was there. Scotus will get another shot at it. We're at 90 seconds to go in the first half. 13-9. Drive baseline, shot, foul. Crystal Jareski. And Wemhoff will return to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Again, Wemhoff showing some quickness. Gave the pump fake with baseline on Jareski. There's the fake. Jareski just buys it a little bit, enough for Wemhoff to get around her. Jareski has to commit the foul. Her second, 5th now on Gothenburg, and once again, Rhea Wemhoff at the line for 2.
As Allison Bryant checks in for the Swedes. Wemhoff's point totals have been at the line. That's her second. We'll have another substitution for Columbus Scotus here in just a moment. And Stacy Roshi checks back in. And just like that, it's now down to a 2-point lead. With a minute 27 left in the first half. Again, backcourt pressure. And Gothenburg able to get across. Lindsay Stevens. Around the top to Allison Bryant. Bryant for Streeter. Thought about it from the free throw line. Now has to bring it back out. Clock running down in the first half. A minute 5, a minute 4 left. 13-11 Gothenburg. And now the tables are turned. It's Gothenburg with the long possession. Shot partially rejected. Loose ball foul coming up. As players all over the floor, and Rhea Wemhoff, who is lying face down after that exchange, will come out of this with a foul, and Wemhoff picks up her second. Or first, excuse me. They updated the stats faster than I could read them. 53.7 seconds left, first half.
Wemhoff did a nice job to get her hand on the ball, and just a little tough luck getting the foul, a hustle foul, as she dove for the ball on the floor.
Stevens with it, pressured intensely by Court. Outside to Streeter. Streeter has to bring it back out with 43 seconds left. A drive inside, and we'll have a reach-in called. Or is it a block? Either way, it's a foul on Scotus. Blocking foul on Stacy Roshi. And that's her first personal foul. 15 foul for Scotus. High lob inside, Sartorius. But she couldn't get the shot off. 3-point shot on the way. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound fought for. Scotus has it. And a chance to tie with 30 seconds left in the first half. Fourth across the timeline with 22 seconds left. First half of action in the C1 championship. Wemhoff has it between the circles. 15 seconds left, first half. Scotus looking for a final shot here. Korth drives baseline. Backs out. Wemhoff. Game's tied. Gothenburg has a shot with 2, with 1. High lob will be nowhere close. And we're back to 0. Columbus Scotus holds Gothenburg to 2 points in the second quarter, scoring 7 themselves. And we're all tied up at halftime, 13-13. So it's been defense as we expected from both squads. Gothenburg controlled most of this game, but Scotus started to bring things back And now let's find out what Tom Taverdi has in store for us as Dave Willey has the Gothenburg head coach.
All right, John Bishop, thank you very much. Tom Taverdi, 13-13 at the half. What do you think? A little lower scoring than you thought, maybe?
Not really. I figured this would be just an absolute war. We won the first quarter, they won the second, which it's a draw at halftime, which is what I about figured. And now we're just going to have to try and win one of the quarters of the next 3 and 4 bigger, and they beat us.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
We are at halftime of the Class C1 state championship game between Columbus Scotus and Gothenburg. Low-scoring affair. We're tied at 13, and we'll return to the Devaney Center after this message.
This is a Katanga. To the Luba people, it was money, worth 3 cows and a chicken. But if you think that's primitive, compare your checking account to Checkstra Banking. Pay bills by phone, on-demand 24-hour banking, 6 ways to waive checking fees. Checkstra Banking from First Bank. You'll never miss your old checking account.
For every parent who's ever asked,
What'd you do in school today?
and gotten this reply,
Nothing.
we wanted to remind you that nothing is really something.
The 1997 10-11 Coaches All-State Team is brought to you in part by Alliant Communications.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Well, the 1997 10-11 All-State teams are chosen by coaches throughout Nebraska. These players have showcased their talent all season and are certainly deserving of this prestigious distinction. Here's your Class C1 All-State team.
Sibling sensations tied as our top vote getters in Class C1. Senior point guard Tiffany Volk helped lead Battle Creek to an outstanding season. The 5'8" guard averaged 20 points and 8 assists per game this year. Many of those assists were dished out to her little sister. 6' junior Tanya Volk averaged 22 points and almost 9 rebounds per game this year from the post position. Junior Casey Hilgenkamp provided the offensive threat for Arlington this year. The 5'10" guard averaged 18 points and 5 assists per game this season. And her coach says she hits the hoop from three-point range 45% of the time. Angela Karpasek led this year's David City Aquinas team. The 6'1" senior put up 17 points and pulled down 8 rebounds per contest. And Rhea Wemhoff of Columbus Scotus rounds out our C1 All-State team. The 5'9" senior forward averaged 12 points and 5 rebounds a game this year. And that's your Class C1 girls All-State basketball team.
As you would expect in a tie game, the statistics very even from the team aspect. The only difference, Columbus Scotus with 1 more made free throw, Gothenburg with 1 more made three-point goal. 13-13 at the half. Now let's go back courtside again with Dave Willey.
A bit more about the high school Heisman Trophy Award. Now, we talked earlier about how high school principals nominate the athletes. What happens after that?
Yeah, from every high school in the nation, 1 male and 1 female are nominated, and then from there, basically it goes to 20 state finalists, and then each state is awarded 1 male and 1 female the winner, and then from there it goes to 12 national finalists, and from then the national winners are chosen, 1 male and 1 female, and those are awarded at the same time the college football Heisman Award at the Downtown Athletic Club in New York City. So that's December with the big hoopla and everything in New York. So
that must be a great thrill for the athletes to get it then.
Yeah, it's been a big boost for all the high school athletics, and it's a great thrill to go to New York and see the finalists go. So,
all right, Kurt Staub from Wendy's of Columbus, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll hear yet even more about the Wendy's High School Heisman a little bit later on. Again, we're at halftime of the Class C1 State Championship. We're knotted up 13 apiece.
Back at the Sports Center, we're getting ready for the second half. Quickly running down the leading scorers in this game. Lindsey Stevens has 5 to lead Gothenburg, scoring 4 for Michelle Sartorius. For Scotus, Rhea Wemhoff with 5, and Carmen Burbach has 4. 13-13. It's been a very tight basketball game. We expect more of the same in the second half. Let's find out what John Peterson has on his mind, the head coach of Columbus Scotus. Back to Dave.
John Bishop, we're joined by John Peterson. 13-13 at the half. What do you think about that?
Well, I knew it would be a low-scoring game. Both teams play really tough defense. I knew it was going to be a real struggle. Fortunately, we got ourselves back in the game a little bit. We were kind of hurting early.
We'll see what happens here in the second half.
That should be a great second half.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with second half action of the Class C1 State Championship right after this.
We're getting ready to start the second half. Dave Willie, we saw defense in the first half. With such a low score at 13 apiece, you have to wonder the first team to start hitting from the outside consistently has got to have the best chance of winning, because right now getting inside play has been very difficult.
You figure a 4, 6, even an 8-point run at this point would be a lot of points. Heck, we only had 13 points apiece in the first half. I mean, if a team can put 4 or 6 points together in the way both teams are playing defense, they should be in good shape.
Gothenburg has only scored 2 points since the first quarter, since the end of the first quarter. Inbounds play knocked away, and perhaps that's a sign of more things to come defensively. Sometimes it's just hard to get the ball inside. Get it into play, and we're ready to go. Lindsey Stevens right into the offensive zone. Quick shot. Had the right idea, had room. The shot will not go. Here comes Scotus back the other way. Chance to take their first lead, I believe, in the basketball game. If they led, it was very, very early on, but I don't recall ever them having the lead. So this could be a first here for Scotus. Drive inside, Burbach off the glass, good.
Great drive there by Burbach to take Sartorius to the hole. Sartorius just a little too tall, can't quite stay with Burbach. Good ball handler, nice quick move there. Scotus by 2, their first lead of the ball game.
Scotus, if you go back to the second quarter, and this doesn't sound like much, as it's stolen away, it's a 9-2 run. That's since the end of the first quarter, and Scotus had a chance to add to it a minute into the third. What do you say, the first team to 20?
First team to 30.
Up top, Wemhoff. They look outside for Christy Korth. Korth has to stop the dribble. Gothenburg again, good man-to-man defense, setting the pick, but the block, help out down low, Burbach.
Best pass of the night right there, that block shot. Gothenburg needs to answer.
Burbach with 8 points. Long jumper on the way, no good. Rebound, Scotus. Gothenburg has been ice cold. Neither team was really burning the nets, but Gothenburg especially is having big troubles here. It's an 11-2 Scotus run dating back to the first. 17-13 Shamrocks. Up top, Roshi. Now Wemhoff wants to drive baseline. The All-Stater finds it down low. No good. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will belong to the Swedes. And a substitution to check in for Tom Tverdi. Haley Bartlett will replace Allison Bryant.
A lot of contact there when Burbach drove and almost ran over Crystal Jareski. No call, though. And Gothenburg got a break. Could have been a blocking foul there very easily.
Gothenburg trying to get on the scoreboard again. It's been a while. And a travel, I believe, yep. Crystal Jareski received the bounce pass inside. Looked like she may have had a good chance to get a basket there, but she was so excited, I think she walked. Well, she did walk, according to the officials. So Gothenburg's offensive problems continue. Korth into the offensive zone. Rickert, haven't had to call her name too much since the first quarter. Now to Wemhoff. Wemhoff trapped in the corner. Back up top, Rickert. Neither team is getting open shots. Good man-to-man defense here, and we have a whistle and a foul as Rickert crashes to the floor.
Boy, she hit hard. She got up, but she hit hard.
Lindsey Stevens called with the foul. Go ahead.
She lands really awkwardly here. Watch this. Kind of scary. She didn't get her hands down to protect herself.
Yeah.
Just hit right on that right hip.
But She's actually lucky she didn't try to bend her left leg to try to brace the fall, or else she could have really torqued a knee. And we'll have an over and back call. The jacket is off. John Peterson.
Tom Taverdi just called the play named Rickert. Let's see if that works. Not too much has worked lately for the Swedes.
I wonder if that's involving Kim Rickert, who just stole it away.
Interesting to call the name of a play by the name of a player on the other team.
I wonder if they were trying to initiate something like go after Rickert, go to Rickert, make her defend you.
Rickert got the last laugh, though. She got the steal.
Up top, Burbach. Bounce pass. Nice turnaround. Gives it right back to Burbach. On a travel. That's turnover number 9 on Scotus.
Good defensive pressure that time by Brandy Mitchell. As she got position and just held her arms straight up in the air. Forced Burbach to take the extra step.
Steph Cruz in for Scotus. Julia Grennan in for Scotus. And Brooke Streeter back in for the Swedes of Gothenburg with 4:18 to go here in the third period. Class C1 championship. It's Scotus by 4, 17-13. Back the other way quickly, Bartlett. And she's fouled.
Korth on a reach in. Good hustle by Korth to get back. She just got a little careless when she reached in, made some contact. That's her first foul. And just the first on Scotus in the half again. Very few fouls in this half, just one apiece on each team.
Up top to Stevens. Trying to look down low for Streeter, and it's stolen away by Carmen Burbach. Scotus right now on an 11-0 run. Dating to the first half. Loose basketball down low. Burbach had it back. And a foul underneath against the Swedes.
Good strong rebound by Rhea Wemhoff underneath, starting to assert herself. She had a tough first half, but she has 5 points now for the ball game and 6 rebounds. Those 6 rebounds lead everybody in this ball game.
17-13. Gothenburg trying to find the basket again. Here's a rarity, a basket.
Carmen Burbach doing a nice job taking the taller Michelle Sartorius to the hole.
And Burbach again as we return to live action. It's 19-13. And no offense to the offenses in this game, which, well, haven't been really offensive from a scoring standpoint, but these defenses have been stellar. But you get the feeling these two teams are just one real good dribble penetrator away from blowing this thing wide open as Gothenburg finally finds the scoreboard. Michelle Sartorius.
The first 2 points for Gothenburg in a quarter and a half.
3:08 to go third. 19-15. A look inside for Wemhoff. That won't fall, and the rebound to Streeter.
Swedes need another bucket to get a little momentum going here.
A look inside for Streeter, but that pass was behind her. And Wemhoff comes away with it. That's turnover number 9 on the Swedes. Rickert with it up top. Steph Cruz, Christy Korth, Rhea Wemhoff. Burbach looks inside for Rickert. She lost it on the dribble, but gets it back. Wemhoff, pull-up jumper, no. But the rebound down low, and Burbach was pushed from behind.
The battle of the boards right now being won decisively by Columbus Scotus. They're out rebounding the Swedes, 19-9 for the ball game.
As you'll watch the last sequence of events. I don't know, Dave. I thought you got ball on that one, but the foul goes against Michelle Sartorius, who has picked up her third. Third team foul as that high-arching free throw falls through.
That's a good-looking free throw. Good release, good rotation.
Burbach with 11 points. Stays at 11. And Gothenburg back the other way, trailing by 5. Most they've trailed by in this game. Swedes trapped in the corner. Whistle, contact. Very dangerous situation for Allison Bryant. The 5'6" senior nearly had a 5-second call because she was really cornered.
Very close to a 5-second call. And then the Swedes sort of bailed Scotus out with the foul. Or I should say, the Scotus bailed the Swedes out with the foul.
Gothenburg to inbound. Streeter had it for a moment, tipped high in the air. And a foul called on Scotus, Steph Cruz.
Boy, oh boy, they let him play for so long, and then all of a sudden now these nickel dimers are being called.
Yep. Second or third team foul, excuse me, on the Shamrocks. As Gothenburg to inbound again. They get it inside, off the glass, it falls through. Brandy Mitchell.
Nice cut by Mitchell, cut straight down the lane. No one home for Scotus as they were in the man-to-man defense, and she got good position and got the easy 2.
Mitchell with 4, it's 20-17, yet they haven't tallied it on the scoreboard yet. As we have it, now they have, and there's a foul back the other way for Scotus. This one is going to go against Crystal Jareski. And that is her third personal foul. That's what they have her marked up for. So Jareski, 5'9" senior. Bryant checks out, but Jareski still in the game. Up top, that's Grennan with it. Now to Rickert. 1:35, push away from the basketball, and that one's going to be on Scotus.
Julia Grennan, they got her pushing off on a screen.
1:35 left here in the third period of play, and we have a timeout on the floor called by Gothenburg. It's right now a 3-point Scotus lead at 20-17. We have 1:35 left in the third. Taking a look at those in foul trouble, Jareski has 3. Sartorius with 3 for Gothenburg. 3 fouls on Burbach. The only person in trouble for Scotus Central Catholic.
As you might imagine, in a low-scoring game like this, not a whole lot of players burning up the nets. Although Burbach for Columbus Scotus, Carmen Burbach does have 11 points, the only player in this ballgame in double figures, and those 11 points represent more than half of the Shamrock offensive output to this point, and we have just 1:35 to play in the third quarter.
As usual, a great atmosphere for high school basketball here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, and next week, the boys come to town. We'll have all 6 championship games for you starting at 9:30, 1 week from today.
The crowd's starting to get a little bigger. I think some of the South Sioux City fans are filing in.
Invasion 70 County. Last year, if you remember, Pius and South Sioux, I think they put at least 9,000 in this building for that game. Granted, many of them may have been left over from the 2 previous games, but still, a great crowd. A 3 will tie. A 2 will cut it to 1. Gothenburg basketball trailing 20-17. Jareski to Mitchell. Back to Jareski. She wants to tie. No. Long rebound belongs to Cruz.
Good block out by Cruz. She was 18 feet from the basket, but still put her backside into her man and got the rebound.
Christy Korth to Steph Cruz. We're a minute to play in the third period. Getting down to crunch time here in the C1 championship. Trapped in the corner for just a moment, Roshi, but she gets it out of danger. Now Roshi cutting underneath, and she's pushed and fouled.
If they got Sartorius,
and they did.
4. And she has to go to the bench.
Sartorius averaging 10.7 points per game.
Tom Taverdi with some words for her. She goes to the bench. 51.9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Long way to go.
That's a big weapon to have on your bench. 45 seconds left here in the third. Scotus looks inside, and it's stolen away. Gothenburg running with it. But Columbus Scotus had the numbers and perhaps an ill-advised play. But Gothenburg's going to get the beneficiary of a good call.
Scotus couldn't stick a fork in that one. The ball bouncing around. Rhea Wimhoff had a shot at it. Just couldn't get a handle on it. She's holding her left hand like maybe she jammed a finger.
But at the same time, Gothenburg really ill-advised to try to go in that quickly, because Scotus was really back fast on defense. Final 30 seconds here of the third period. 20-17. Shot on the way. Yes! Crystal Jareski with 2 points, her first 2 in this game, and it's a 20-19 lead. Scotus has 13 seconds left in the third to do something with it. Korth across the timeline with 9, 8, 7, 6 seconds left. Top of the circle with 4, with 3, a drive inside, pull-up jump shot. No. Tip try at the buzzer. That's going to count. That'll count.
What a huge rebound by Julia Grennan for the Shamrocks to give Scotus a 3-point lead going to the fourth quarter.
We said it at halftime. First one to 30 just might win this one. And we'll watch it. We'll watch the last basket of the third as we take you to the break. Lost in all the excitement of that last basket by Julia Grennan was the fact that she was fouled by Mitchell. And just as we went to break, she swished the foul shot to complete the 3-point play. So it's actually a 4-point Scotus lead, 23-19. And the Shamrocks get the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Top of the circle, Burbach. Back out, Roshi drives baseline, no. Big rebound by Brooke Streeter.
And the Swedes start the fourth quarter with Michelle Sartorius on the bench with 4 fouls.
Lindsey Stevens. Haley Bartlett up top. And nobody was looking at that pass, which was intended for Jareski, who was looking at the basket. And Tom Taverdi left scratching his head.
Little miscommunication there. It looked like Brooke Streeter called for the ball on the baseline, and when the pass didn't come right away, she was cutting on the baseline. Then all of a sudden the pass started coming, and Streeter was gone. Ball went out of bounds.
This is a big defensive possession for Gothenburg based on the defensive nature of this basketball game. You don't want to go down by any more than what you're at now at 4. Unless something really drastic happens. Burbach's shot was altered. Rickert there for the board. Basket does not count. Foul on the floor. And I believe they're going to get Streeter with this one. Nope, actually they're going to call that one on Lindsey Stevens.
Scotus will get the 1-and-1 now, as that's the 7th team foul on Gothenburg here in the second half. So they'll be shooting free throws from here on out. And it will be important every time Scotus goes to the foul line that they convert. With a game this low scoring, every single point matters.
Rickert. Scotus at the line now 6 for 10 as a team. Rickert has 3 points in this basketball game. Six-point Scotus advantage. In this game, you could almost call it a bulge. Korth run over there. Back outside, Sartorius.
Tom Taverdi has to put her back in, and that's why she pays dividends right away, but she's got to be careful on the defensive end.
25-21.
Sartorius now has 8 points.
Korth into the offensive zone for Scotus. Wemhoff up top. High pass nearly stolen away by Stevens. Scotus again, looking around. Korth with the jump shot, no. Rebound, Brooke Streeter. And here come the Swedes back the other way. And Wemhoff with a great defensive play. Reached in behind Jareski, knocked the basketball out of bounds. Allison Bryant back in for the Swedes, and Steph Cruz checks in. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left in regulation. It's 25-21. High lob for Sartorius at the free throw line. Wide open, Streeter.
Streeter made the inbounds pass, cut straight to the basket. Sartorius just a give and go off the inbounds pass. Gothenburg's cut it to 2.
Nice play drawn up by Tom Taverdi. That's the first time I can recall anyone getting that wide open of a shot in this second half. And John Peterson wants a timeout. We have 6 minutes and 1 second to play in the fourth quarter. Scotus leads it, but by only 2. Brooke Streeter with the inbound and then getting right back in quickly underneath.
That's the one player you don't account for. You guard all the other 4 on the court. You have 5 to guard 4. However, you forget about the person who took the ball out, and that's what happened there. Brooke Streeter cut to the hole. Sartorius hit her for the 2. The Swedes back within 2.
Scotus with the basketball up top. Cruz is having some problems with it, so she gets it back to Christy Korth. As Dave Willie mentioned, every point matters in this game. Down low, Burbach. Strong move to the glass, and she ran over Brooke Streeter to get it.
A lot of contact on that play, no call.
So now back to a 4-point Shamrocks lead. Swedes have it in the offensive zone. Stevens, 3-point shot on the way, got it!
Just the second 3-pointer of the game for the Swedes. It couldn't have come at a better time. They're back within 1.
Korth down the right side of the floor. Wemhoff being trapped. Now Korth gets it back. Gothenburg and Scotus, you can't say enough about their man-to-man defense. Wemhoff again receives a pick, wide open jumper.
Wemhoff will get credit for the basket, but you have to give half that credit to Kim Rickard. A great screen to free her up for the jumper.
Licht will get it inside, and the pass intercepted. The bounce pass into the hands of Rickard. So now Scotus with a chance to go up by more than 1 possession here. It's 29-26, 4:20 to play. C1 championship game. Scotus the defending champion. Gothenburg the challenger. Loose ball on the floor, and it's taken away by the Swedes. Mitchell. Baseball pass the other way. And Tom Taverdi wants to talk this one over with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left. 29-26, Scotus.
Folks, you want to know how to set a screen? Watch Kim Rickard right there. She springs Rhea Wemhoff for the jumper. And just like that, Scotus back up by 3.
Gothenburg another 3 will tie, but Rickard intercepts the interior pass. Big defensive stop for Gothenburg if they can get one here. A near double dribble by Korth, but a no call. Now Cruz has it, 29-26. Shamrocks lead the Swedes. Carmen Burbach out to Christy Korth. Now Wemhoff has it, looks down low, Rickard was open, yes!
Rickard came off a screen on the opposite block, cut across the lane. Wemhoff saw her break free. Rickard hit the turnaround. 5-point lead now by Scotus. Gothenburg needs to convert.
Long 2-pointer off the iron, no good, and Rickard with the rebound. Tiffany Stevens with the missed shot. And in a game like this, you cannot afford to be down any more than what they are now. And now Scotus will burn clock here, as they have the entire game. Out to Christy Korth. Gothenburg with a foul would put Scotus at the line. They've already got the Shamrocks in the bonus. And maybe that's the strategy. Maybe you need to start doing that here. Or else Scotus is liable to burn the remaining 2:33 off of the clock. Korth back out up top to Wemhoff.
Scotus content just to run some clock. We're down to 2:24.
And now a reach-in foul is called on Tiffany Stevens. with 2:22 left. And to the line will be Rhea Wemhoff. Wemhoff is 3 for 4 at the line, 7 points in this game.
Big 1-and-1 here for the Shamrocks. Make them both. They have a 7-point lead, and in a game like this, as low scoring as it's been, 7 points would seem like a mountain for the Swedes.
And now John Peterson sends his taller players back into the defensive end. 32-26.
If you're a Gothenburg fan, Lindsey Stevens and Crystal Jareski have both hit 3-pointers for the Swedes in this ball game. Let's see if Tom Taverdi wants to go for the 3.
Stolen away by Korth. All the way in.
Now he almost has to go for 3.
Korth's first 2 points of this basketball game. Now a loose ball on the floor. Nearly a tie-up called there. Still loose on the floor. And now a travel. Quite frankly, there should have been a tie-up when the basketball was down there. Sartorius was trying to rip it out of the hands of somebody in a green shirt. There was no call. And then as Scotus came down with it, I believe it was Wemhoff was sliding on her back when she came away with it. So a traveling call. It will belong to Gothenburg with 1:57 left. And here's Korth.
Huge play here by Korth. Just picks Stevens' pocket and goes in for the layup. 8-point lead. It's as big a lead as we've had in this ball game, isn't it?
Gothenburg, I believe, at one point had a 7-point lead, but this is the biggest for Scotus, most definitely. Here's the situation as far as the game reset is concerned. The possession arrow is in favor of Gothenburg. Gothenburg already has Scotus in the bonus. Scotus still has a couple of fouls to give. They have 4. Foul situation here. 4 fouls for Michelle Sartorius for Gothenburg. 3 fouls for Carmen Burbach of Scotus. Those are the only 2 players in foul trouble in this game. 1 timeout left for the Swedes. Scotus still has 3 of theirs.
Gothenburg needs a couple of quick scores and a couple of steals. They have to cut into this 8-point lead and have just 1:57 to do so.
Swedes looking for a first state championship appearance. This is their 5th tournament overall. They're 7-4 at state. Up top, Streeter thought about it from 3, had it open, now drives inside, layup good. And now pressure coming in the backcourt, and a tie-up.
Possession arrow to Gothenburg, so that's a steal. That's as good as a steal right there. That's exactly what they need. Still 1:41 to play. They're down 6.
And John Peterson wants a timeout, and Scotus will call it. 1:41 to go, 34-28. Scotus leads Gothenburg, and now the Swedes here with a possession. And Dave, with 1:41 left, do you start thinking threes, or can you still be patient? You notice that Streeter had an open 3, opted to drive inside, and was able to make the easy layup.
And it looked like the Scotus defense was looking for her to take that 3 because she put the pump fake up, got the Scotus defense into the air, and then you notice she just had a wide open lane to the hole to shoot the layup. Gothenburg has 1 quick basket already. Here in the past 16 seconds, they got the 2. They've also gotten the steal that they need. They need to convert every time they have the ball and continue to steal the ball. More foul, and hope Scotus misses some free throws.
What could be the strategies in both the huddles as you see Streeter driving in for that layup?
Good move there by Streeter. She has 6 points in this ball game. Michelle Sartorius leads the way for the Swedes. She has 8, but Sartorius still strapped with those 4 fouls.
Streeter to inbound for Gothenburg. High lob in to Jareski. Long 3 on the way. No. Now Scotus with the basketball. Here come the Shamrocks. They've got a chance. Wemhoff down the other way. Stops. Pops. Scores. Foul. Basket counted.
That's why she's an all-stater, folks. Rhea Wemhoff saw no one back for Gothenburg. She took it to the hole, stopped, drew the contact,
Nice move right there to stop, gather herself, get under control, and then draw the foul from Crystal Jareski. Jareski's fourth.
But the foul shot missed. 36-28, a minute 25 left. Swedes down in this state championship game. Time running out. Outside to Stevens. She turns, spins, can't get the shot to fall. Rebound fought for and a traveling called. Two Swedes came down with it at the same time. And right now, Michelle Sartorius is pleading her case. She was very lucky not to get a technical there. I thought the referee was going to ring her up. 36-28, and now Gothenburg must foul. Wemhoff right in front of us. Gothenburg has got to foul here. There's under a minute to play. And Scotus is just killing clock. There's still an 8-point deficit they have to overcome, and finally, Crystal Jareski commits the foul. That's her fourth.
Rhea Wemhoff returns to the line. She's 4 of 7 from the charity stripe tonight. Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here once again. 8-point lead for Columbus Scotus. 2 free throws coming their way. Rhea Wemhoff will shoot them. You figure if they convert here, the timeout's charged to Gothenburg, by the way. You figure if they convert here, it's a 10-point lead, 52.1 seconds left. Doesn't look good if you're a Swede fan.
I don't think it would happen. And
stranger things have happened, though.
Stranger things have happened, but the problem is Gothenburg is out of timeouts. The only way they can stop the clock is by fouling. And any foul they commit now, it'll mean 2 shots at the line, because Scotus is in the double bonus for the rest of this game. Turnover situation has been relatively light, 13 apiece. Field goal shooting almost dead even at 43% for Gothenburg, 42.9 to be exact. Scotus 42.4%. But it's been foul shooting, 8 of 14 for Scotus, and 2 for 2 for Gothenburg, only at the line twice tonight.
Which is really impressive for Scotus. You figure the way they get into their face and play that man-to-man defense, they'd be susceptible to some fouls, but they haven't been tonight. They still only have just 4 fouls for this second half.
One of the team's best foul shooters at the line, Rhea Wemhoff. If she makes it, it's still a 3-possession game. It would take 3 threes to tie it. Still an 8-point lead. Gothenburg has to get it down and get a 3 in a hurry. Stevens can't get a pick. Up top, Sartorius. Time running off the clock. Great defense by Scotus on the perimeter. Streeter nearly walked with it. Off balance 3. Draws the front iron. Rebound inside Streeter. Puts it back up and in. But there's only 28 seconds left. 36-30. They need to foul in a hurry. They need to foul in a hurry. They need to foul. Korth running away. And finally a foul committed by Haley Bartlett, but there's only 17 seconds left.
They lost a lot of time there, probably lost 6 or 8 seconds by not fouling immediately after the inbounds pass. Just 17.1 seconds remain. Scotus with a 6-point lead. And once again, Gothenburg has to hope Scotus misses from the charity stripe.
Christy Korth with 2 points. It's a 3-possession game and only 17 seconds left. Scotus on its way to a C1 championship. Final 15 seconds. Clock running down. And again, that defense for Scotus has played such a factor in this game. Final 3 seconds, 2.5 to go. And for the second time in a row, the C1 championship trophies headed back to Platte County. Scotus, two-time Class C1 champions. Back after this. Back-to-back state titles for Columbus Scotus. For Gothenburg, a state runner-up. Let's meet the Swedes.
Number 34, Carrie Draper. Number 50, Janet Nelson. Number 20, Lindsay Stevens. Number 22, Crystal Jareski. Number 42, Michelle Sartorius. Number 44, Allison Bryant. And number 52, Brooke Streeter. Now all of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Gothenburg High School, Class C1 State Runners-Up. And now to the champions. First, Coach John Peterson. We have a special award for you. Now, Coach, head up the gold medals to your championship team members. We'll introduce them one by one. Number 11, Steph Cruz. Number 13, Carrie Sliva. Number 25, Sarah Kuhneman. Number 31, Juliet Brennan. Number 33, Holly Van Ackeren. Number 35, Amy Wimhoff. Number 45, Andrea Torzon. Number 15, Christy Korth. Number 21, Stacy Roshi. Number 41, Carmen Burbach. Number 43, Rhea Wimhoff. And number 51, Kim Rickert. The 1997 Nebraska Class C1 High School Basketball Champion is Columbus Scotus Central Catholic High School. Congratulations, players and coaches.
We understand there's some thunderstorm activity up around Columbus, but while it's raining liquid near home, and it's raining gold on the Shamrocks. Back to talk to head coach Tom Taverdi of Gothenburg and more after this. John Bishop back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center as Columbus Scotus wins their second straight Class C1 championship. With me, head coach Tom Taverdi of Gothenburg. A defensive game all the way and very intense play out there.
It really was. And we knew that it was going to be a situation where both teams would have their opportunities, but not many of them, and it would be who would take advantage of them better. We had some really good looks off some special plays early, really good looks, and we didn't knock them down, and I just kind of sensed that was our chance to really get up on them, and we didn't, and there just wasn't enough good looks left to beat them.
Down the stretch, you had some problems also getting to the players to try to foul them, stop the clock, put them at the line, but when they went to the line, they were pretty effective from there too.
Yeah, it really was disappointing. And this, the big key was, the missed opportunities we had early on our special plays with good shots, good looks. And the other thing was the second chance points we gave them, especially and particularly at the end of the third quarter, that three-pointer that they got on the putback. And that, in a nutshell, was the game. But give Scotus credit. They're just the best team in C1.
Coach DeVerde, thanks a lot for joining us. Best of luck on the rest of the way.
Thanks.
Tom DeVerde, head coach at Gothenburg, as Scotus wins 38-30 in the Class C1 championship. Final stats in this basketball game, and really, if you look at the difference in scoring, it was an 8-point difference on the scoreboard. 8 more made free throws for Scotus. Gothenburg was 2 for 2, but they only tried 2. Scotus 10 for 18 from the line, and the rebound as well. Scotus with a big advantage there, a 27-16 bulge. When we come back, Dave Willey will have the state champions from Columbus Scotus in the back right after this.
10-11's live coverage of the 1997 High School State Basketball Championships is brought to you in part by the new Dodge and your local Dodge dealer. Big A Auto Parts, America's Parts Pros. Neb helps Student Loan Rate Saver. NC Plus, America's down-to-earth seed company. And your local Ford dealer.
It's Seward Spring Show, Saturday and Sunday at the Seward Ag Pavilion. Free coffee and donuts for the first 400 on Saturday. There's a basketball shootout, zoo weekend raffle, and mini seminars for everyone. Jello the Clown will be there for the kids. Seward Spring Show, Saturday and Sunday. Don't miss it.
News doesn't wait to be reported. It happens every minute of the day. If you see news in progress, call the toll-free 1011 News hotline. Just press pound 1011 on your Alliance Cellular phone. 1011, your capital city news station. You're watching KOLN Lincoln and KGIN Grand Island.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Columbus Scotus, back-to-back champions in girls Class C1 state basketball. I'm joined by victorious coach John Peterson, and state championships seem to follow this guy around. Back-to-back in basketball. He's also the volleyball coach, and they won back-to-back championships also. That's got to be an amazing feeling.
Well, it's a great feeling. I just feel so good for the kids I have. Obviously, we have great players and a great, work ethic. And I first of all just want to say this. I got to give my assistant coaches tremendous credit. Scott Miller is my assistant coach in basketball, and he just does an unbelievable job. I mean, I wouldn't trade him for anybody in the world. I mean, so much of the success we have is his, and I just can't tell you how good I feel about him and the things that he's done and accomplished. And certainly and my assistant coaches in volleyball are great as well. So I am very, very fortunate to have the kind of coaching staffs that I have. That's where it really starts. And then obviously you have to have great players with great hearts and great mental toughness and ability to find a way.
Let's talk about this game tonight. We talked at halftime. You said it's about the type of game you expected. A lot of defense.
Well, I knew it'd be a tough defense game. Both teams play tough man-to-man defense and really get in your face and really make it difficult to get good shots. And it was the same way. In the first quarter, beginning of second quarter, we were just really struggling. I think they got up 13-6, 13-8, and we just had a hard time even getting a shot, and it didn't look very good. I mean, fortunately, they missed a couple shots. We made a couple of stops on them and got ourselves back in the game at halftime. And it's kind of ironic. Last year, we beat them in the state semis, and we hit a shot at halftime to tie it, and we did it here, and that kind of gave us a boost going into the second half, and we got a couple big plays right at the beginning of the second half, and the game turned from then.
The three-point play also there at the end of the third quarter seemed to really spark you.
Well, Julia Grannon came in, and as a sophomore, and she made a mistake on a inbounds play on the other end just before that, so it was great to see her redeem herself. Got a big rebound basket and a putback and hit the free throw and gave us that 4-point lead and kind of put them behind the whole way there. And when we got up 6 points and went into the delay game, that really made it difficult for them.
Now, in a game this tight defensively, how do you coach from an offensive standpoint? What do you tell the players when you know it's going to be tough to get any shot at all?
Well, the thing of it is you have to execute your offense so well. You just got to really execute. You got to set great screens. You got to make great cuts. We didn't do a great job of that the first half. We really struggled with that. And so In the second half, we did a better job of that, although it was very difficult. You know, we made some free throws and got a couple putbacks, and probably the biggest key for us winning this whole tournament was our rebounding. We hadn't rebounded as well during the season I liked, but I don't know what the rebound totals were tonight, but I think we did a pretty good job, and we did a great job in the first round game against Falls City, and then yesterday against Battle Creek. So rebounding was huge.
Congratulations, John Peterson. 4 straight state championships, 2 in volleyball, 2 in basketball.
Thank you. That was a great effort.
Unbelievable story there. John Peterson, the coach at Columbus Scotus. They're the Class C1 state champions for the second year in a row. We'll talk to some of the players when we come back. Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. As you see, Columbus Scotus back-to-back champions in Class C1 as they win it tonight over Gothenburg in the Class C1 state championship game. Joined now by some of the Columbus Scotus players. Start off with All-Stater Rhea Wemhoff. Nice looking piece of hardware you've got there.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
Talk a little bit about the game. A defensive battle. From an offensive perspective, what are you thinking when it just seems like you can't get a shot, can't get any room to operate?
I think their defense is great. It's better than I thought it was going to be. The first half, they were really strong. And then I think second half, we did a little bit better executing our offense against it.
Yeah, from a defensive standpoint, you guys just seem to want to play defense. Is that the case?
Yeah, we kind of, our defense is our main thing. We're known for our defense, so yeah.
Yeah, safe to say. How's this feel compared to last year's?
For me, this one is greater because it's my last year, and I wanted to come out and win a state championship my last year. It means more to me.
Okay, congratulations, Rhea Wemhoff.
Thanks.
Of Columbus Scotus. Bring in another player. Kim Rickert, number 51, had a good game. How does it feel?
This is awesome. This is just living, man. I don't know. It's great because I wasn't able to be with the volleyball team when they won the state championship because I had my ACL injury, but this is incredible.
What are you going to do with the net?
I don't know. Probably give it to the school.
Schools are that way sometimes, aren't they? Talk about the defense tonight. It seemed like you guys just smothered them all over the court.
Well, I don't know. Their defense was just awesome the first half, and we knew we had to pick it up second half. And I don't know. We try. That's our main focus is defense. So.
What did you do? What did you do differently in the second half offensively that you didn't do in the first half and get more points?
Me individually?
Team.
Well, the team, we try to keep our composure because first half I think we were just rushing it too fast, and we were kind of, we don't really play against man-to-man defense a lot during the season, so we had to just get used to it.
Sure.
So, I don't know, keep our composure was definitely the key.
Kim Rickert, congratulations.
Thank you.
All righty, bring in another player. Number 15, the point guard, Christy Korth. How's it feel?
Oh, great. It's just great.
Now, you played on the volleyball team as well, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
What's it like winning 4 in a row?
It's not very, I don't know, it's awesome.
What about tonight's game? On the offensive end, you trying to run the show against a smothering defense like that. What's it like?
Oh, it's hard. Haley Bartlett and that other person was really, really on me, and it was hard.
Well, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
Let's bring in Carmen Burback very, very quickly here as we need to wrap up, as we see Christy Korth here with a nice steal, and she goes the distance for the layup. How does it feel, young lady?
Oh, this is awesome. Every year it gets better and better, to win what we've done. 2 championships this year, it's just a great feeling and very important to us, too.
In that second half, it seemed like you guys got a little more motion, a little more fluid in the offense. What did you do differently?
Well, at halftime, he told us to make sure we kept our composure, and that was a big thing. The first half, we just weren't used to the defense they put on us, really in our face, man-to-man. And so as long as we kept our composure and executed our offense, we were all right.
Congratulations on 2 in a row.
Thanks.
All right, that's your Columbus Scotus Shamrock team, 2-time state champs in Class C1.